Should I do Star Wars movies? That'd be pretty good. Let's do Star Wars movies first. All right, anything I haven't seen, or I mean I've seen all of this, right? The only one I can't really do is Rebels if it's here. Yeah, I can't really do. What the fuck is this? Is that Rebels? Yeah, no, this is Rebels. The only thing I can't really do is Rebels. All right, Episode 1 I think is the most underrated Star Wars movie of all time. Would I put it here? I don't think so. I'd probably put it Master. A lot of people would put it trash, but I'll put it Master. I think Episode 1 is so good. This is gonna get hate, but I think Episode 1 is a solid and really, really solid and good movie. I love Episode 1. I think it's so good. There's so much good in Episode 1, you know? I think it's solid. Episode 2, I'd probably put it... If we're talking about, like, okay, so Star Wars has a lot of very, very good movies. Like, the original trilogy, you can't beat that. The prequels, Episode 1 and 3 are amazing. I love them. And then you have Episode 2 is, like, the movie that... Bro, it has good aspects of it, but it just doesn't compare to the other movies, you know? Episode 2, it has so many good, like the Battle of Geonosis, you see Yoda with a lightsaber for the first time, you see Mace Windu killing Jango, like, you see Jango, you see Boba, like, you see all the stuff that you get in the original trilogy that people would have saw when they were kids, and you're like, oh, this is where this came from. But, like, Episode 2 is just so, like, it's just kind of boring, you know? Compared to all the other movies, you can't really compare it. Because it's kind of just meh, you know? So I'll put Episode 2 here. I like Episode 2 personally, but I can't compare it to the other movies, you know? Episode 3, where is he? Here he is. Episode 3 is my absolute favorite Star Wars movie. I absolutely love it. It's my baby. I cry every time I watch this movie. I love Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting on Mustafar is the best lightsaber battle in all of Star Wars. You see the transformation of Anakin to Vader. I mean, you see it throughout the whole prequel trilogy, but like in here, you know, fucking, I love this movie so much. How the movie opens up is amazing. You're immediately in a fucking, you know, the battle above Coruscant. You're fucking in there, you know, General Grievous. You know, some of the most iconic moments in Star Wars from this movie. With Palpatine fighting Yoda. You have the Duel of the Fates going on during all this. It goes back and forth between these two high tense battles on basically what decides the fate of the galaxy right here. Once you watch Clone Wars, you really get a sense of how, like, Order 66, how it feels because you know how close everyone is. So, you know, the movie hits harder when you watch the Clone Wars because you know how good friends, like, and how close everyone is, the clones to the Jedi and stuff. So Episode 3 for me is fucking goated. I absolutely love that movie. Alright, Rogue One is fucking amazing. I love Rogue One with a passion, bro. Rogue One is solid. Rogue One is the best thing Disney ever have done and ever will do. I think I'd rather watch Rogue One 1,000 times rather than watch Mandalorian. I think Rogue One is a masterpiece. I love Rogue One. The more you understand Star Wars and the more you like Star Wars, you'll appreciate Rogue One more, you know? The more knowledge that you have and how much you appreciate and love Star Wars, you'll absolutely love Rogue One. So if you watch Rogue One, you know, first time watching Star Wars, you won't really understand how good Rogue One is, you know? Once you do a rewatch and actually get a grasp of how Star Wars is, you'll appreciate Rogue One way more, you know? Rogue One is a masterpiece. I think it's amazing. It has my best scene of all, like my favorite scene in all of Star Wars. You know, the Vader scene at the end. It's amazing. I love it. It's a great movie, yeah. It's great. Episode 4 is really good. Episode 4 is solid. I think it gets a lot of love because it's the first one and everyone grew up with it. It's so ahead of its time. It's iconic. It's great. But for me, personally, I'd have it on the same level as Episode 1. I actually prefer Episode 1 to Episode 4. Episode 4 is still solid. I love it. Whenever I watch Episode 4, I feel cozy watching it, you know? I just don't like it as much as these movies because I just connect more with these. Empire Strikes Back, council member. I think it's the best of the original trilogy. That's probably the most compelling storytelling you're going to get with Star Wars is Episode 5. It's so good. The twist, you know, in the saga, it ends with the bad guys winning. I love a dark ending, and so I like dark stuff. I love it. It's a great movie. It's really iconic as well. Like, the whole original trilogy is obviously iconic, but I love Episode 5. I love Rogue One as well. I think they're both just as good as each other. Return of the Jedi, I put right behind Episode 5. I think 6 is really good, solid. The last, like, 45 minutes are some of the best Star Wars you'll ever watch. The beginning, I'll take it or leave it. You know, the whole Jabba's Palace thing, I'm kind of like, it's good. It's decent. I'm not, like, too crazy about it. Endor, I get, like, even Endor, like, when they get there the first time and kind of, like, trying to be stealthy and shit, like, it's good, it's solid. But the last 45 minutes are pure Star Wars. The Force Ghost scene at the end of 6 is amazing, especially when they added Hayden in there. I do love 6. 6 is amazing. Where do we have next? I mean, I forgot Clone Wars. Clone Wars movie, bro, I I'd probably put it down here. It's whatever, bro. This is the series. The series I'd probably put Council Member. I think the Clone Wars series is amazing. I forgot to put that in. I'd probably move these up actually because of the sequels. I think the Clone Wars series is amazing. I really enjoy it. I love Ahsoka. I love the last season of Clone Wars is amazing. The series is so good. The last 4 episodes of season 7 were goated. Like they're so good. It's like watching a movie, you know? But I'd probably put it here. Rebels I haven't really seen enough. Resistance I haven't seen. Solo, I think it's solid. Solo's a solid movie. I'd probably put it in Master. I'd probably put Solo. That's fine there. I think Solo's fine there. It's not better than 4 and 1. So Solo goes there. Solo's solid. I really like Solo. You know, the whole cameo at the end with Darth Maul. I think the whole concept of the movie is good because it relates to a quote of Han Solo in episode 4 or 5. I think it's 4 or 5. Yeah, I think it's in 4. You know, like he talks about it and then they actually show like, you know, what he was talking about. I think that's a really cool concept. But yeah, the Kessel Run's really good, you know. Solo's a solid movie. I think it's good. I think it gets too much hate because The Last Jedi, you know, because it came out around the time. But yeah. Episode 7. I despise Episode 7 mainly because of Rey. Mainly because of the fact Luke isn't in it enough. It's a copy of Episode 4. It's literally like me in school, and I'm copying the person next to me. They're the best. Okay, so we have the best student in class, and then you have me, who's like not that great, okay? And then I look over, I'm copying his fucking work. I'm copying, and the teacher thinks I'm amazing, you know? I think everyone is so like loves this movie because it's so much like Episode 4, but you have to realize like you have to make something new, bro. You can't just like carbon copy a fucking movie and just, you know, restart a thing based off it. I mean, people got too excited. I think it gets too much credit because it's a carbon copy of Episode 4. You obviously have to compare Rey to Luke. The writing of Rey is so bad compared to the writing of Luke. Luke doesn't win a fight until Episode 6. Luke was on Dagobah with Yoda for how long? Like months? Rey beats essentially a Sith Lord. Her first time holding a lightsaber, she beats essentially what a Sith Lord is. She beats a person with 18 years of training. Yeah, exactly. Kylo got trained by Luke, got trained by, I guess he got trained by Snoke, who is Palpatine. You know, like, if Palpatine is Snoke, and he got trained by Palpatine, he's gonna be fucking strong as fuck. Like, Palpatine's the most powerful being in the galaxy and always was. So you have the most powerful being in the galaxy training someone part of the Skywalker bloodline, and he still gets beaten by someone with her first time holding a lightsaber, you know? She flies the Millennium Falcon perfectly when you have these stormtroopers who are trained to fly TIE fighters and, you know, do all this shit. Like, obviously you can say, oh, stormtroopers aren't the best, but they're not terrible at flying, you know? They can't be that bad. They should definitely be better than Rey. Like, it's Rey's, like, first time ever flying a fucking ship, and she flies in and out of these crash Star Destroyers, and, like, she maneuvers her way. Like, it's terrible. Episode 7's god-awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible writing. She's a Mary Sue. Episode 8, again, like, they're all fucking trash. They destroyed Luke, and yes, people like the direction they went in. A lot of people respect it, you know? There was other ways to go about it. People will say, like, JJ left him with here. He's on a rock. Here, take over. Which is, this is why the sequels are so bad as well, because it's very childish. You have 2 directors fighting over one story when, in reality, they should be working together to, especially when you have something as big as Star Wars. And it's very childish for them to keep retconning each other and like keep disproving each other's ideas. I mean, Episode 8 is like garbage. Like, they're all garbage. Like, to be honest, Episode 8 is the best of the sequels, and I do think it is because I just hate 7 and 9 that much. It's not like it's good. I just hate 7 and 9 that much. If we're gonna do Mandalorian, Mandalorian would probably be up here. Mandalorian's really fucking good. I prefer Mandalorian to Clone Wars. I don't prefer it to these, though. Mandalorian would be up there. Mandalorian's, you know, self-explanatory. You guys watch it. It's fucking amazing. This is my thing with Mandalorian, you know? Mandalorian is amazing at what it does, and it makes us feel like we're watching Star Wars again. However, I have headcanon, and if you guys don't know what headcanon is, you basically decide what's canon for you and what's not. Like, the sequels aren't canon for me. They destroyed Star Wars. The sequels destroyed the first 6 movies because Palpatine's alive. I don't believe that the sequels are canon in my head. But the fact that Mandalorian are now going to sync the sequels with Mandalorian, I can't see it as canon. Because I can't see one thing as canon and see the other thing as the other when it's the same story. For me, Star Wars ended at 6. I can't see this as canon, unfortunately. But I will enjoy it, and I do love The Mandalorian. But, I mean, they're obviously trying to fix holes in the sequels. But I can't see this canon because they're linking it, you know? For me, Rise of Skywalker is the worst Star Wars movie in all of history. First of all, they ruined the movie with the reveal because they said Palpatine was in the movie. Palpatine, for me, coming back ruins the whole story of Vader. Vader's story is to bring balance to the Force. If Palpatine's alive, he didn't bring balance to the Force. That's what Star Wars is about. Star Wars is about Vader's arc, and if you have the Chosen One that didn't bring balance to the Force, what do you have? You have a disarrayed story that doesn't make sense. This is the order I'd have him in. I like Last Jedi more than these, but it's still garbage. Rey Skywalker is awful. Like, why would you? She's not a Skywalker. Like, it's bullshit, man. But yeah, this is my tier list for everything I've seen.